here. Oh wow, yeah. I really like the look of this green black white deck. It is 61 cards, as he notes on purpose. You were having this discussion earlier about how 61 is usually wrong, but sometimes you're just like, I have all these singletons. He has like Green Sun Zenith and Primeval Titan, all these tutor targets. You don't really want to cut a card because you have access to it so often. So there's probably something you should cut, but
you might
who
not
knows?
have time.
Yeah. Maybe 4 events down the line they get to 60.
Interesting note, it was a 60-card deck. He crossed off a 2 and made it a 3. So he went up to 3 Grave Titans right at the beginning of the day.
Yeah, I can agree with that. You want a bunch of Titans. So
Contagion Clasp kills a bird.
Yep, Dame Kim led on a bird, but it got Contagion Clasp from Josh.
That's the only bird in his deck. It's a Green Sun Zenith target. Rampant growth.
Probably going to find a Swamp here. I don't see a lot of double... I guess there's Gideon? Yeah, probably a Swamp. I really like Lingering Souls in this kind of deck.
Lingering Souls is awesome.
It plays a lot of the role of Huntmaster in the other decks. Oh, finds a Plains. So that signals to me that he has a Elish Norn or Gideon Juror he wants to get to. He also has Day of Judgment, but I can't imagine if your opponent plays Contagion Clasp that you necessarily feel that that's the biggest thing. Yeah. Let's see here.
Okay, and we now see a Micah Synth Wellspring.
Let's see. This Wellspring, he has all of the basics that in the Grixis colors. He has this really heavy non-basic land base that we've been used to seeing. Yep, that's the best Zendikar Island.
I know people that hate that island.
So awesome.
The Bucket Island.
The bowl emptying into the ocean. Yeah. These Inkamoth, he's got 3 Inkamoth Nexus, and that sort of levels up with this Contagion Clasp to present some kind of endgame inevitability. Just every turn, 4. Looks like Dame has an Isolated Chapel, and is going to...
Solemn, maybe?
Well, he's looking between Rampant Growth and Lingering Souls, I believe.
Oh, okay.
He has a Grave Titan in hand.
I like Lingering Souls here, but I think he's going to Rampant. I like Lingering Souls to put out a guy just to have in way of Inkamoth Nexus so that you don't get the Inky plus the Clasp going.
Well, if he's leaving up mana, I'm fine with that. I don't think that at this point of the game Josh wants to potentially sacrifice the land advantage to a Doomblade.
It's fair.
Dame also has looks like Gideon in his hand, so that could be some kind of... It's probably a very good threat in this matchup.
I mean, is this like a rock ramp deck? Is that what this deck is?
Yeah. It's...
Kind of?
Yeah. Josh has a Solemn Simulacrum for his turn. Both players ramping up to some sort of big mana mid-game. Actually, Gideon's probably not that great because he has Go for the Throat that I missed on the first time around, but other than that, Josh doesn't have a lot of good ways to kill a Gideon. Just kind of a big monster. Let's see.
Are we going to see our first Titan of the match?
Yep, probably Titan number 1. Probably Yep, that's a Grave Titan.
Boom.
Slamming right down.
And he reaches to his deck.
He almost did that last match. He was like, wait, this isn't the best one. This is the still really good one.
You know, when the Titans were first printed, I think the consensus was that Grave Titan was the best. But I think one of the things we found was that of the Titans, they all have had their moment. You know, Frost Titan had its moment when there was tons of Titan Wars going on.
Yeah, Frost Titan had this sort of moment at the start of Zendikar where it was just Titan Wars. You had Lotus Cobra to ramp into it. You want to play it with Jace. Sun Titans had its moment from time to time, like Caw-Blade. Primeval Titan's just always been Primeval Titan. Looks like some Wellsprings for a Wellspring for Josh of the Ichor variety, and then a Tumble Magnet to handle this Titan. Tumble Magnet's another card that's had its moment from time to time. Handling Titans was one of the big things it did. It's been handling Mirren Crusaders as of late. Solemn stays back on D. Let's see here. Looks like Lingering Souls, Rampant Growth, Gideon Jura, Doomblade in hand for Kim. figuring out what his options are. Probably just enter combat, see what happens.
And we're going to see the tap of a Titan. I haven't seen a tumble magnet tap a Titan in a long time.
Yeah.
It's like taking me back.
About a year or so. I think these tokens are just going to serve in. No? No, it doesn't want to attack, really.
Depends on the timing of
Ooh,
Gideon Jura.
That is a reason. Get the Solemn coming at the Gideon, get it out of the way. Yeah. This looks like some solid board states from both players.
One kind of thing that is going on here that's kind of rocking the fantasy, so to speak. I have wanted to see Tumble Magnet Contagion Clasp in play for a long time. It's been over a year since I've seen it.
Is that the hard lock on the Titan if he wants it? Gideon down to 6.
Does not block with a zombie.
Yeah, just wants to ensure that Solemn is not blocking. And Josh just passes the turn. Ooh, Dame drew a Primeval Titan.
Jeez.
And now we can start getting wild with these Vault of the Archangels and Gavany Township.
And it looks like
Gideon's
he is going to... Is he murdering or is he attacking?
No, going up.
Going up. And I'm going to attack you, he says. Grave Titan goes down. In come the zombies.
Let's see here. I think this might be a Primeval Titan coming down. Yep. And Josh does not have main deck counters for this. This is probably going to fetch a Vault and a Gavany.
Let's find out.
There's the Gavany Township. Vault of the Archangels.
The other thing I could have imagined is Gavany and an Inky. But
Sure.
Gavany Vault is just fine.
Yeah, he could also get a Ghost Quarter for Josh's Ink Moth. He's a pretty good, pretty solid tutor base in this deck. No, what's the new one? Grim Backwoods, but every other one.
Grim Backwoods. That's interesting.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Grim Backwoods is a new Dark Ascension card. Makes colorless mana, and you can spend 4 mana, 2 black and a green. Tap it as well to sacrifice a creature and draw a card. I don't know that it needs to do stuff like that. I think that it does enough card advantage-y things to not be too concerned about it.
Yeah.
Josh Smith here, he has he'll go for the throat for that Primeval, like you said. And what else is he going to do now? It looks
Ink
like
Moth is manning up. Probably going to try and chip down at this Gideon.
Gideon down to a 5. Really hard to kill a Gideon this way.
No, it definitely is not what you want to be doing. Titan's not going to get too wild this game, but these two value lands might be enough. That's another tumble.
Double tumble.
I think the first one still has 2 counters on it because I assume he end of turn activated Contagion Clasp.
Says go. 2 and 3.
Yep.
Untap from Dame Kim.
Oh wow.
A Vault of the Archangel and a Gavany Township in Dame's
side. Yeah, on his side.
In play.
Gideon probably going up to 7 this turn. Just keep saying "come at me, bro," and pulling the Solemn and maybe Nexus at it until it dies.
Got in his hand
He has
Doomblade, Rampant Growth, Gideon, and one card I couldn't quite make out besides those 3.
Looks like the Lingering Souls from before.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah, there's no hard Wrath effect in Josh's deck. No Black Sun Zenith, at least. Let's see here. Zombie getting in there.
And it's not just
Gavany
him.
Township.
There we go. +1. Got his dice already. He had out so many dice in the last game. I just can't even tell you. Watching him play, I'm like, wow. You really actually need to have a whole bunch of them. Oh,
I feel like he should have first mained that Lingering Souls and just gotten the counters on it with the Township. I don't know how relevant it is, but it's missing 2 damage for the rest of the game every turn.
Soul.
Yep. Yeah, he had this giant epic battle against Joe Bernal's Heartless deck where there were like Phantasmal Image Worm Coils and fighting against Primeval Titans and Grave Titans, and then Elvish Norns coming into play and not killing zombie tokens because of Gavany Township and Oblivion Rings on Runescar Demons, just all sorts of craziness.
Josh really wants a Slagstorm right now.
Yeah, well, he might need a little bit more than that, but
Slagstorm will go a long way.
It'll take care of the first wave, and then the flashback lingering souls will start growing. Let's see here. Yeah, Josh's deck is not very well set up to sweep this. He also has Ratchet Bomb, which would be perfectly fine here. Let's see. That's,
yeah, Ratchet Bomb would be great.
Yeah. That's a second main Sword of Feast and Famine.
And he says go.
Gonna Contagion Clasp up these Tumble Magnets to try and keep alive.
I'm curious if Dame Kim is going to point to his own improved creatures and ask if he wants to improve them too.
Huh.
We'll see.
The old Moto, keep clicking on permanents. What, have I run out yet?
Do you want to do this one too?
No.
And obviously,
do you want to proliferate me? No.
And he says, "Attack me, come at me, Gideon."
Yep. What did he draw this turn?
And we see the clasp activated.
Yep.
This is to keep both of the tumble magnets from going down.
Back to 3 and 2 and down to 2 and 1. Tapping a zombie, Grave Titan, cracking in for, well, 5 probably 8. Yep, that looks like a Gavany Township activation.
And he shortcuts the tokens there by just putting the die on the tapped together spirits.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. He's going to do it one by one, which is a little bit better.
He was doing this one by one last match. I can't imagine he'd change it up. Is this the old second main flashback?
I think so.
Nope, Rampant Growth.
Rampant Growth is good.
Just save it in graveyard in case there's a Black Sun Zenith coming.
I like that. I mean, his board position, he's already
Josh is dead on board.
Yeah, he's already showing the kill.
Barring, like, even with a single removal spell, he needs the sweeper.
It needs to be a Ratchet Bomb right now. The Slag Storm wouldn't do it anymore.
The Slag Storm would, leave him dead on board.
One zombie would kill him.
Mm-hmm. There's also still the issue of you Slag Storm, and there's this Gideon ready to kill you too.
Yep. So he needs a Ratchet Bomb right now.
Challenge. Your pairings have been posted on the Pizza S boards on blue
Let's
paper.
see here.
Does
he have it out?
Legacy Challenge.
That's game.
No.
Have been posted on
So let's look at the sideboards on these decks.
Okay.
Oh wow, Dame Kim looks stacked for this matchup.
Dame Kim naturalizes in his sideboard.
Naturalize.
That's a good thing to start with.
Bloodline Keeper I'd bring in as just another way to kill him.
O-Ring is not
Oblivion
bad.
Ring. Maybe Garrick, because I don't know if you want removal. I don't think he wants... I don't want Thrun in this matchup, I don't think. He might bring it in, but I don't really like it. Karn.
Karn is fine.
Karn is a beating. He has these 3 Day of Judgments and, like, I don't know if he really wants these Doomblades, because he still has Lingering Souls to handle the Nexus. So I see at least 6 cards he wants out. And he wants 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 8 cards in. He could board out. Gideon might not be the best here. I could see Gideon just being a liability. He saw the Go for the Throat, just kind of like, well, Gideon's not really going to do much. It's just going to die to a kill spell that costs 2. So I can see that coming out.
On the other side of the table, Josh Smith, he will almost certainly bring in Ratchet Bomb of his own to deal with all of the tokens that he saw. I think he would anyway.
He has 1 in the main. It's probably better than these Contagion Clasps.
Yeah, and then I think that...
in Gal Blast, for sure.
He might actually keep the Contagion Clasp in, because not only is it good with the Tumble Magnet, but he doesn't know that Dame Kim only has one Bird of Paradise.
That's true.
He saw the Bird of Paradise on turn 1, which speaks to having more than 1 bird.
That's true. He probably... I would cut the Galvanic Blast and Slag Storm if I... Or maybe not Slag Storm, but
the Galvanic Blast, I
for
could see.
sure.
Yeah. I think the Sword of Feast and Famine, even though he has to work to put it on a creature,
it's pro-green,
pro-black. That's the colors of his opponent.
For those wondering, he has a second sword on the sideboard.
Yep.
I would probably bring in... Would you bring in Liliana here? Probably. Just attack their hand.
I mean, honestly, what he saw from his opponent, Liliana looks pretty silly when you are facing a Grave Titan, but against most of the rest of Dame's deck,
not Lingering Souls.
I don't know. Liliana doesn't look very good against the Lingering Souls to me either.
Yeah, and the Titan can presumably get a Nexus, so...
Maybe
but
Lily goes away.
I think the discard, I think you have to attack from that angle against these Titan Nexus. Attack their hand, prevent them from doing too much. I don't think I'd board in Phyrexian Crusader. Don't think I'd board in Spellskite. I would definitely board in Doomblades and definitely board in Sever the Bloodline. Sever the Bloodline seems awesome here.
Sever seems perfectly great.
Yeah. So he's got some cards. I don't know if I'd want these Spellskites that are in the deck right now. They don't seem very exciting. I guess post-board if he assumes artifact removal, though.
I mean, he didn't see any game 1, did he?
you can always assume post.
Right, I'm talking about game 1 spells. He didn't see any game 1 spells.
That killed stuff.
Yeah.
No, the Doomblade just kind of.
I think it just sat in his hand, right?
Yeah.
So basically, he's thinking about whether he wants spell skite against potential sideboard cards.
I think the card that is going to win Josh, if Josh has a easy route to winning this match, is going to be Olivia. Olivia seems absolutely devastating against this black, white, green deck.
There are very few things that that Dame can do to it other than go over the top or Day of Judgment.
Yeah,
and then from the board, what does he have?
He has Oblivion Ring and Karn, but I'm assuming that he's boarding out Day of Judgment. I can't imagine leaving in Day of Judgment in this match.
This does not look like a Day of Judgment match for him.
So it looks to me like the only things you can do are assassinate it with Gideon, or Karn it, or Oblivion Ring it, and Olivia just needs one turn. You have to steal one Titan, and I think that swings the game. So I think Olivia's the way to win. That or Blood Gift, even just one of these big non-artifact beaters. Just looking at what else. Is he going to leave in Grafdigger's Cage? Does he have to? Is he obligated to because of Tezzeret counts, or he didn't really see anything?
Does Green Sun Zenith get stopped by Grafdigger's Cage?
But he didn't see a Green Sun. He just saw a Titan and a Grave Titan. He just saw a bunch of Titans.
Okay.
It stops lingering souls. So
it does.
See, it stops lingering souls.
It doesn't stop lingering.
You can't play spells from graveyards, right?
You're probably right.
Yeah, you can't play spells from graveyards or libraries, and creatures can't come into play from graveyards or libraries.
Okay.
So it stops Pan Glacial Worm, right? That's the one.
Pan Glacial Worm.
Yes.
I can't believe Wizards messed with my Pan Glacial Worm deck. I spent a lot of time on that deck.
Yeah. That card, the only card that you can cast, I believe currently the only card you can cast from your library. I might be missing one or two. Most of the other cards exile the card first.
1996 World Champion.
I think it goes. I don't. That's not a card. I mean, it is, but I think that one goes to your hand though. I think it's like discard your hand, put it into your hand. We were discussing how wild 1996 World Champion would be in Dredge.
For those of you who don't know, if you are the 1996 World Champion, you don't have to pay the casting cost of 1996 World Champion, and you can cast it from your library. So a Grafdigger's Cage would stop it. And what are the stats on...
It doesn't actually come into play. It goes to the top of your deck. back to the match in progress, and less on 1996 World Champion.
That it doesn't work against 1996 World Champion?
Yeah, Grafdigger's Cage does not stop 1996 World Champion.
Okay. So for those of you listening in from home, I'm Adrian Sullivan, joined here in the booth by Ari Lax. We're watching Dame Kim with his, we could call it Rock Ramp deck. We could call it Green, Black, White Titans. It doesn't have a name that we're aware of. He might have named it, but a very interesting rogue, multiple Titan, Green, Black, White deck versus Josh Smith playing Tezzeret.
Yeah, Josh Smith also sporting the new Star City Games squirrel sleeves.
Squirrels are awesome.
They need to bring those guys back, okay? I
miss squirrels.
There's a lot of logic saying that squirrels are kind of a little absurd, and that's why thhere awesome. What was the last squirrel card printed? It was a long time ago. It's like Odyssey.
Squirrel Nest?
Yeah, Odyssey.
Chatter of the Squirrel?
Acorn Harvest?
Acorn Harvest.
Back in the day. I mean, I think Ambassador Oak was originally designed as a moose and squirrel.
Blind Seer? Oh wait, that's not a squirrel.
We're just naming cards now. 1996 World Champion. Looks like Josh is mulliganing on the play. Dame smiling a little bit, liking his chances in this matchup. I think he's keeping. Let's see here. Yeah, Josh is down to 5 cards right now.
Oh, poor Josh.
Ooh, that is not the way he wants to go in this matchup. The ramp deck should be the one that should be mulliganing, not the control deck. Let's see here. Target spells or effects. Treasure hand. Yes. Yeah.
I think the last tournament played squirrel that we saw was probably Chameleon Colossus.
That's always that does not count as a real answer.
Cheating.
That is pure cheating.
Do you know that a squirrel won a Pro Tour once?
This is
Okay, Josh
leads on
Smith.
Dark Slick Shores to Dame's Razorverge Thicket.
We're gonna
2
see
lands for Smith. 2,
Micah Sith.
Yeah, or Ichor Wellspring, the
Oh,
card
pardon me,
draw
it's
one.
Ichor. It's Ichor.
Yep. Dame has another Thicket, Ramping Growth. See what he gets here. Probably a Swamp.
He does have, Josh Smith does have one Phyrexia's Core in his deck, so he could do the sacrifice
Yeah,
to get things
he
going.
has that set up. He also has, you can Ratchet Bomb for 2 and kill them. Let's see. He can Tezzeret, make them 5s and they die in combat. That looks like about it in the main deck, but, you just need artifacts for your Tezzeret. Yep, Dame gets a Swamp, so he's ramping up here. Is Josh going to miss his land drop this turn?
Oh, he missed his land drop.
Ooh.
Wow.
He doesn't have Mana Leaks either. So him being stuck on 2 lands is pretty crippling. Dame pays 4 off of Vault of the Archangels for a Solemn. Just looking like he's a Wolf Run deck, not playing Wolf Run. Getting his second Swamp. Let's see here. Josh Smith, a little bit behind. Needs to really hit this land to get back into the game. Let's see. Ideally, he's going to... Oh, there's a Contagion Clasp. Shrinking the Solemn, making it a little less of a clock, but the real clock's going to be this Primeval Titan that's getting cast right now. Or maybe, is Dame not going to extend the Primeval?
Let's find out. Primeval Titan in play.
Yep. Let's see. Titan's probably going to get... Is this going to be Gavany Township? Yep. And I'm going to say Inkmoth Nexus. Yep, there we go. Yeah, if this Titan attacks, that's, we're looking at a 10-2 land advantage. That's pretty hard to come back from, especially with a Inkmoth Nexus of a Township to follow up through a Wrath.
I mean, I think we're just going to see a whimper here from Josh, and there's no escaping at this point.
Yeah, he doesn't have any kind of real... his spells don't really get him back into the game from this point.
Yeah. I mean, this is a common situation for a lot of decks that a Titan hits the table, and if you are a little bit behind, it's just done.
Yep.
I mean, that's just how it goes.
There's a Ghost Quarter and a Razorverge Thicket off this Titan trigger. Yeah, now that the Titan's triggered, he doesn't have the kill spell for it. I think that should be it. Oh, that is a Karn. It's going to take out a land. And that's all she wrote here.
Smith
well, we were hoping for a bit
up.
more of an exciting grinder match like we had last round with Dame Kim, not at the feature matches, but that also works for Primeval Titans.
Okay, I'm going to tell you right now.